let's talk about Victoria. Guys, I don't know about you, but left to me, I have lost hope in Victoria. I mean, at this point, I don't think I have patience anymore. I think I've lost my patience, with her. I don't think I'm really interested in seeing what she's got up her sleeves anymore. And there are a lot of reasons I'm actually saying this, a lot of reasons. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably would have seen a tweet I put out yesterday. Yes, and I put out that tweet because of two conversations that happened between Victoria and Sean, and then there was TJ later on. Now, it wasn't even about the details of the conversation. Yeah. It was about the countenance of Victoria. It was about her response to the conversation. It was just very frustrating. As a matter of fact, it was when she was having that second conversation. In fact, it was even the third the third conversation of the day about her losing up in the house. Yeah, it was at the point she was having that conversation with TJ that I heaved my last sigh of I gave up. Yes, I mean, guys, that's the best way I can put it. I gave up yesterday. I'm going to tell you all about it. Because yesterday there was a huge conversation about the Shatoria pair on social media. There was a huge conversation, of course, because of her looks, because of her beauty. She has successfully amassed like a massive following. Maybe they are not massive, maybe it's just one of those PR tricks that most of these managements or these housemates pull off, right? Every season you see a housemate that's not really doing anything, they're just there, but they have this management that's pumping heavy PR for them on social media. So it could be those people. Yeah. So I was meant to put out this video yesterday, but there was just a lot going on. The housemates had their diary session yesterday, which is going to continue today anyways. So yeah, let's just get right into this video. I would love to hear your thoughts about this matter. I would love to hear your analysis about Victoria herself, the possible strategy that you think she might be playing. Yes, and do you think it's okay that she's bidding her time, or do you think she's genuinely struggling to fit into the house? What do you think is the possible solution for her? Do you think she should continue in the game, or do you think she should ask for voluntary exit? And before we start off this conversation, this is a special welcome to every single one of you. You're especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the T. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for engaging my videos. For those of you that are newly subscribed, you are especially welcome to the family. This is where you get the realest, the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of reality TV shows, movies, and trending social topics. All right, and this is the season of Big Brother, so you are especially welcome. And if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Very necessary. Also, for those of you that are complaining that you do not receive my notifications on time, it's just easy. Just come straight to my channel. There's always a video on there, like there's a fresh upload up there, so just come straight to my channel. All right, now all of that said, quickly let's move on to the conversation. 2 nights ago, Suji had tried having a conversation with Victoria, in other words, trying to encourage her to interact more with other pairs in the house, to try not to keep too much to herself, looking at the events of Sunday, right? That she should at least try to build more connections and form more alliances in the house, just like her partner Sean has been doing. This girl did not even allow Suji to land. She looked emotional. According to Suji, it looked like she had tears in her eyes. I mean, left to me, I did not see someone that wanted to cry, but she looked like she was not interested in the conversation. And then she stood up, thanked him for his time, and walked out. And Suji was very embarrassed. But he did not relent. He did not relent. Because yesterday morning, Victoria had called for a meeting between both of them. Now, according to her, in the bathroom yesterday morning, she had overheard Suji having a conversation with Sean and one other person, probably Topher. And what she had heard was Suji describing someone that's got an angry, resting face. So her conclusion was they were actually referring to her, they were talking to her. So Suji had to clear her doubts that no, we weren't even talking about you. That as a matter of fact, it was actually him that was described in such a manner that someone in the house had actually described him to be that way. And guys, I can't say that Suji is lying because that is what some of the housemates have been saying, that he's got this interesting face, you know, like poker face, expressionless, you know, he's kind of calm, always calm with this air of confidence, this aura of confidence. So he was saying that it was actually him that was described in that manner. Now, initially, she wasn't satisfied with his explanation, but he had to do a lot of assuring that, listen, if it was you, I would tell you straight up to your face. Hence the reason I tried having a conversation with you the previous evening, but then you did not want to have a conversation. And, you know, Suji was such a gentleman in that conversation. He took responsibility, you know, for possibly offending her by trying to have that conversation at that point in time. You know, he felt like maybe it was the wrong timing for her. So he utilized that opportunity to continue talking to her, encouraging her. And quite frankly, that conversation was very annoying. Because Suji was talking, was trying to lighten up the conversation, trying to encourage her, and Victoria was still bland. Yeah, she was still bland. Although sometimes she would laugh, and then there was a statement she made that, oh my God, there's no privacy in this house. And Suji, I like what Suji said. Dude was like, well, but you knew about that before you came here. It's not like you did not know. And then she was quiet. And you see, that statement Suji made, it stuck to me because it also threw me into thinking that, wait, hold on a second, that's true. I mean, girl, it's not like anybody tied a rope around your neck and said, come to Big Brother's house. Did you even audition for the show in the first place? Because anyhow, here's my own, you know, analysis. Anybody, any individual that auditions to participate in the Big Brother Naija show, it means you know about the show. You have information about the show. One way or the other, you have watched it. So you know that these housemates stay in a confined space. You know that once you are inside Big Brother's house, you are inside Big Brother's house, you are going to go through the hurdles of human interaction and all whatnot. So it's not like you are not aware. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're also aware that most of these housemates that are selected every season, one way or the other, they are connected with previous housemates. Recently, videos are surfacing online of Nelly and White Money dancing and doing stuff together. Different housemates in the house, they have mentioned names of previous housemates from previous seasons that they are one way or the other connected to or have friends with. So it makes me wonder how Victoria even got into the house, and now you are talking about, there's no privacy in this place. It's not easy to connect with people. Like, girl, didn't you know? For someone that also is Ajala the traveler, you travel around the world. You travel a lot. You're a travel agent. You travel to different places. You meet people. What's the problem? Now, after that conversation with Suji, later on, there was another conversation with Sean again. Sean was still trying to, you know, motivate her, encourage her to step out of her comfort zone. And she was still chilled, like she was unbothered. Like, well, I'm still going to continue wallowing in my misery. I'm not ready yet to step out of my misery. Now, that conversation was over. Later on, I think in the evening, there was a conversation with TJ. Same line of thought. Oh, try stepping out of your comfort zone. Try making your presence known. And I love the advice TJ was actually, you know, giving to her. That listen, if you don't like talking, if you don't like interacting most of the time, at least let people know you are in this house. And talking is not only done by vocalizing words. Talking can also be done by the way you dress. Maybe you are contributing to tasks in the house. Maybe you are suggesting things to people. Or maybe even the way you just dress. You dress, you look good, you look nice. So that at least the viewers are seeing that, oh, there's somebody in the house that looks good. That is your own way of even talking or communicating with the viewers. Which was, guys, when TJ explained it that way, I was giving him his accolades. Because that was such an excellent way to put it. Okay, fine, no, Victoria, if you are a woman of few words, well, you could try, dressing up, looking good. We've had housemates from previous seasons that did that, and they caught the attention of the viewers. So, as TJ rightly said, there are different ways of, announcing yourself in Big Brother's house. But Victoria is not doing anyone. I mean, sadly, the way she's doing it now, which she probably feels is the best way for her to create content, is by being all by herself, by looking gloomy all the time, by looking miserable. Now, for some of the viewers that are defending her, it works for them. It works, because they say, at least she's beautiful, she brightens up the cameras. I'm like, oh, wow, are we having this conversation of pretty privilege again this season? I thought we're done with that, or we'll never be done with pretty privilege on the Big Brother show, But my major concern when it comes to this Victoria's conversation is the impression she's creating on her fellow housemates. Now, it's not like she completely isolates herself, like she doesn't even say hello to anybody. She does once in a while, but most of the time people have to come to her before she opens up to any form of interaction. So most of the time it's like, I'm on my own, I feel too big, they're the ones coming to me. And in Big Brother's house, it doesn't really work all the time, not especially this season, because this season is heavy on connections and alliances, friendships in the house. We saw what happened on Sunday, the eviction nomination process. So, guys, that could possibly be the system to the end of the season. We don't know, except Big Brother decides to, introduce a new twist. Now, here's what's going to really piss me off. And this is the part where I'm going to quote my tweet. Yes, because this tweet I put out, it just simply mirrors my thoughts about this whole situation. So I'm going to go ahead and read it out. So here's what I tweeted. Here's what will piss me off. If Sean continues to pull the weight of that pair all by himself, while Victoria continues in her misery, and then she makes it to the point where all pairs are split and to play an individual game, and then she makes it to the finals because of pretty privilege, it will be a ripoff to housemates that's been carrying the show. And that's on period. It will really piss me off if Victoria continues like this. No form of interaction, no form of connection, just like a furniture in the house, carrying fair face. And then you now make it to a point where they will now split everybody. Then people will not be voting for her because, oh, she's the Nengi of the season, or she looks like. At least Nengi was both pretty and active. Yeah, but Victoria is quite the opposite. And it's, at least Nengi is both pretty and active. But Victoria, in this case, is quite the opposite. And I saw arguments like, oh, how is Sean pulling the weight? How is Sean pulling the weight? I'm like, well, I'm not surprised. Such a question will come from people that don't really understand the system of this season. Watch my videos to understand it, because I am tired of explaining it. Just watch my videos to understand it. Oh, and then there are also people that are saying that, oh, which housemates are pulling the weight of the show in the house? I'm like, oh, really? Really? Well, it's definitely not Victoria. Definitely not Victoria. Not with that kind of attitude she's pulling off in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking here right now. I want to hear your thoughts about this. Previously, I have given different scenarios of what could possibly be a strategy that she's playing at. But at this point in time, I don't know. It's just quite frustrating. These days, to be very honest with all of you, I don't want to even see her. Because when the camera goes to her, it's like someone is trying to get words out of her. So it's like they're forcing her to even engage other housemates in the house. It's frustrating for me as well as a viewer. But I would love to hear your thoughts about it. So please go ahead and share in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another video soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.